just life itself, I've been married as many times I've been married.
How many times you been married, Bill? 3 times?
This many.
Man, that beats one. That beats one. You're doing good. You winning. That man get one wife.
Hey, got out with my life. Yeah, because they get kind of volatile when you get married to many girls that don't like certain things. They come down on you. And I ain't the kind to be beating up on women. So I said, well, it's time to run.
That's right. That's how I'm running myself, brother. You stay out of jail that way.
A friend of mine said, man, when they get the messing up, you know what they need? I say, what? He say, a whole bunch of leaving alone.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And that's what I do. I'm a runner. I take off. Yeah, we start getting bad, I'm out of there. Because it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Ain't no woman got no business being beat by no man anyway.
I mean, I don't know, man. It just ain't for me, man.
Yeah, well, see, some of them girls will push you into it, but you got to be smart enough to back away and get the heck up out of
these women is tough nowadays, man.
Yeah, so they get up in your face, jump out their shoes, and come on, let's go do that.
Man, I know a couple of them will literally try to knock you out, man.
Oh yeah, I knew some that could.
You know what I'm saying?
You
see that movie Harlem Nights?
Yeah.
I know some real life
shoot you in your pinky toe.
That's right. Shoot you in your pinky. Do it.
Yeah, because I knew some girls when I was going to high school shoot. They wasn't too many dudes could whoop them.
Yeah.
They could get out.
That's too much to say.
But it's not.
It's
true. I had a friend of mine, him and his wife got into it, he hit her in the head. And when he came back, she was ice cold.
Huh. Is that right?
He never was right. He never was the same again after that.
I bet he would.
The men, know his strength sometimes.
That's right.
That's true. And like a lot of these guys can take being boxing and get hit upside the head, but a woman can't.
She can't take that.
They can't knock a solid knuckle upside the head, no telling one. Because some people that got killed, got hit upside the head with men that got knocked out and never woke back up. So they had no business hitting on a weak woman doing that.
That's true.
Because my mother taught me always to respect women because, you could tell by that song that I wrote, mother's love is unconditional. Because that's the way my mother raised me, to always respect women, always, no matter what.
That's right.
If they're a dog, let them be a dog by themselves. And you lay down with a dog and get up and play. But at the same time, you didn't hurt them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some of these women, man. But we gonna let that go, man. We gonna pass. We gonna pass by that,
that's
man.
That's a territory that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, today's woman is not the same as just today's woman.
No,
definitely not. Oh man, and I'm not gonna go into the differences. But y'all know what's up. Y'all got that game now. It's all good. Okay, Bill. Okay, so we in about. That you say that was 91, 92 around here?
Yeah.
So East Palo Alto was a murder capital around that time.
Yeah, they was. We was having a band rehearsing a couple of days, all of a sudden, bam, 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 everybody on the floor.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, because
so you in there?
One night, guns was firing. He dived on the floor. He dived on the floor, and Lonnie dived on top of it, trying to get out the way.
Is that right?
Lonnie kind of heavy job a little bit. He say, "Oh man, I got there." Everybody hit the floor. Cause then over there where I was standing, I stayed right in the center of East Palo Alto Menlo Park. You could look on. Remember that map they used to have over the school, where a helicopter was flying over the town and took a picture of the whole town.
Right.
And that map was always up right in the center of the town of East Palo Alto Menlo Park. Was my house.
Right in the center.
Right in the center. Like it was one of those triangles.
So you was living deep in East Palo Alto.
Yeah, I was deep in the middle of East Palo Alto.
That's deep.
Yeah, shoot. I used to have some parties for it.
So how did you manage to keep you and your people away from all that mess, man?
Yeah, well, it was kind of hard, but it was something I just liked to do. And I told them, hey, you guys in my band, don't you get involved in this other stuff over here happening because, it ain't going to work. Because, people, guys trying to go with each other, girls. Guys doing, backstab. I didn't have that in my band.
Right.
I said, no. If you're gonna do that, do something else. Yeah. I've had a lot of musicians that's working around the bay was in my house at one time doing something.
That's right.
That's right. Just having fun, man.
So your house was like a hot spot.
Yeah.
For music.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle, East Palo Alto, Miller.
Right in the middle, in East Palo Alto. There's always something that happens in my house.
If you could name some big names that been over here, man. Not big names, but maybe a little well-known names.
Yeah, well, like I said, Skip Martin, he was, Frankie T, all them guys have done stuff that monumental,
Yeah.
They was on, especially Will Rock. Will Rock did stuff.
Now, Will Rock, in my mind, helped take it from funk to hip-hop.
Oh, yeah, well, when he went to L.A., when the band went to L.A., I think Lonzo moved him in, and he did Dr. Dre, and he did all them guys.
Right.
He knows all them people.
So he moved them in, or Frankie and them in before. Actually, Dr. Dre came out on Death Row and Eazy-E, Ruthless.
Yeah.
So those were the guys teaching them how to record and stuff.
Yeah, well, Will Rock, he's a technician. He was when they had that emulator and Emax. I think I had Emax. He had 2 emulators.
Right.
When I went to LA to see him down in Pasadena, you go in the house. He had all the instruments sitting up in the house. He had sitting right up on top, one on top of the other. I said, well, hold him down there with Lonzo. He was down there working all that stuff, all that computer music. And so when they came up, when Billy Miller came up from LA, he said, man, you need to get away from having all these bands. You paying too much money working with all these bands. You need to get into computer music. And that's when I went.
What was it? Synthesizers.
The 1040 ST was one of the first computer that played all your music.
1040
You played all your music in there, and then it would play it back.
Okay.
And we got them. Then we started recording with all that stuff.
That was a 1040S, you said?
Yeah, 1040 ST, Atari. It took me forever to learn how to work it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your boy, what's his name? The one up there was young that was over there. I told you he was in River City.
C-Funk.
Yeah, C-Funk. He was one of the first ones that knew how to work all that stuff.
Was he?
Yeah. He's some white dude picked him up and had him in Redwood City running his studio.
Yeah.
C-Funk was still a teenager.
Yeah.
This boy was bad.
Where he learned from? Where's C-Funk learn from?
I don't know who he learned it from. I find it. Frankie Tebow taught me when I started sequence. When I stopped when I changed over and got that 001 and this keyboard and stuff.
So Frankie Tebow, because he's older than Prozac or C-Funk.
Yeah.
And him and Will around the same age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they all went to high school together.
Okay. And Frankie Tebow was a jazz musician. He was a musician, but he knew how to do the sequencing.
Yeah,
which is a computer platform, basically. Yeah. Of recording.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about Will? Did they learn separate places, him and Will, or?
They were all in LA together. They all went to LA. The whole group. They called themselves Precision. They all went to LA together.
Who was in Precision?
Daryl Booty, Kenny Strong, Rabbit was in there, Billy Miller, and Frankie Tebow. They was down there. It was planned up in LA. I went down there to a couple of their shows down there and hung out at their house. I go down there. Daryl Booty, he was in there. His father was the one that had that little restaurant over there on Pocus. There was a little restaurant over there.
Pocus. Frank's.
Yeah.
Was it Frank's? Frank's barbecue?
Yeah, but it was Daryl Booty's place first, and then Frank and Will Rock took it over.
Right.
They was over there cooking, but it was Daryl Booty's father's place first.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so Daryl Booty, he's a monster cook too. He goes to the house and smell food coming all the way down the street. What you doing, this boy, when they're cooking? Go on and get on down.
Yeah.
He died kind of young too. And the day he died, I wrote a song called "One Love for the Fallen Brothers." And Spunker rapped on it and everything. We never did put it out. I still got it on cassette.
So how'd you get involved with Spunker and the SK rappers? KS rappers?
Yeah. Like Frankie is Quasar's dad.
Right.
And then Grover is his name's dad. And Angie is Spunker's mom.
Okay.
And so they all put them kids together, and they started rapping. They were kicking butt everywhere.
What was Angie doing? She was playing drums or something?
Huh?
Angie?
No.
Play drums?
Oh yeah, Angie.
Okay.
Yeah, Spunker's mom. She can play a lot of some drums.
Is that right?
She came over one night. I went,
yeah.
You can play them drums. I mean, she wear them drums out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And Spunker was a monster rapper too.
Yeah. That's my partner, man.
Bad. Spunker's bad. He was the one I did a song called Fallen Brothers. He rapped on it. It's off the hook. A friend of mine was trying to get the song. I still got it on cassette.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hearing that, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hearing that, Bill. Yeah, any of that stuff, man. I want to put people up on it. You need to re-release all that digitally. Put that out. But,
yeah, that was what Frankie was telling me. Even all the music they stole from me, he said, man, all you got to do is just redo your music and put it back out.
Well, then you ain't even got to redo it, man. You get performance rights. It might be theirs, but you get what's called performance rights. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to post it. You'll get something. You feel me? But if you redo it, it's all yours.
Yeah, well, that song, Unconditional Love, that song was written, I think, first started when Nick Harper gave me an idea. And I wrote the song, almost 30 years ago. And then I just redid it and I took it over to Felton Pilot, He's the one that writes most of the stuff for Confunction. And I took it over to him and let him listen to it, and he just took it to another level.
Yeah.
Because the boy, he's a monster in this business. He's a monster. I told him, I said, man, I'm going to quit you. And he's gone. I said, he should have stuck with you forever.
Yeah.
Because the boy is a monster, I tell you. That music he heard, he heard me sing a song, and he just wrote that, bam, bam, just like that. Just took it, bam, bam, bam. And I'm in the wrong. Well, let me take this home and practice on it for a while before I come back. And I came back, and he set me up, gave me, he said, all right, do this, do that. And we stacked all those harmonies, sound like a bunch of people. First say, man, who all did that? I say, well, I did most of the vocals, and then he turned around and did all the ad-libs.
Yeah.
Sound like a whole bunch of people singing. Only 2 people did all that stuff.
So, basically, you was one of the first people who really, it was real hard back then for people to record. I mean, it cost a lot of money. That stuff, everybody couldn't do it, couldn't afford that stuff.
Back in that time, I think, the average price studio was like $40, $50, $60 an hour.
That's a lot of money for back then.
Yeah.
I mean, today it's probably about the same. But back then, today, 40 hours is probably 3 hours of work, 2 hours of work. Back then, it was probably 7, 8 hours of work, 9 hours of work.
Yeah, well, I went to the studio one day and recorded 8 hours, and I had this arranger from San Francisco came in. He was supposed to be the arranger for the music. And I come back the next day, he said I didn't like it, so I erased it.
He was lying.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm the one paying for this time, but back in them days they had different games in the studio. The studio ones that own the studios, they would, if you come in to record and you don't know that you're supposed to buy your master tape and bring it in there and do your music on your master tape.
Right.
You use their master tape, they charge you for it. They got your master. You can't leave with their stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And they had ways of holding stuff over your head until you pay them for what they owe you. A lot of times they would purposely charge you extra or hold you around while, like when you're supposed to be setting up, you're supposed to have an hour set up, but you're supposed to pick up, you have an hour set up. They do some stuff that'll burn up more time so they can make more money.
Still the same game, man.
Yeah.
Still the same game, people.
It's just different with just a refinance. They just do it, they just change it up. I mean, it's the same. Music game is going to always be the same in a way, but there's recovers, people out there that's out there to get you. Like I said, it's not how good you are, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You can have the best music in the world, and if nobody hears it, it just be the best music in the world that nobody heard.
Yeah, that's what I got. A couple of them. Best music nobody ever heard.
Yeah, well, I know some people, some people I know this right now, they think that, oh, I'm a writer now, I'm going to get them. No, blood, it don't work like that.
Don't work. You still got to find your niche.
You're going to find out, though.
Yeah.
I can't tell them, You know, I say, yeah, I'm a writer. I don't think I'm the baddest writer in the world.
Yeah.
I know I'm a decent writer, but on the same factor, there's some things you gotta learn that I had to learn.
Yeah.
You know, because you tell them sometimes you turn them off.
Yeah.
Or turn them off from you.
Yeah.
Because they, you jealous of me because I'm like this.
That's a
I
lot.
don't have to be jealous. You just let you go on and do what you gotta do.
There's a lot of that.
You know.
Has that been an issue in the area, like jealousy and people trying to sabotage people's projects?
Oh, a lot of that went on. When I did my first record, I took it down to Pacific Recordings in San Mateo on El Camino, and there was a lot of backstabbing going on when I did that. And so when the owner of the studio mixed it down, he didn't mix it down right, so when the song came back, all the DVD was low. And so when you played it, it sounded like a toy. You had to turn it all the way up real loud to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, I got upset with him because of the way he did it. I was a fool back then. And so I was about to, punch out somebody's life back in them days.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just the idea. He purposely did what he did.